Wolftick Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolftick Videos episode. Guys, on today's episode, we got a little bit of bonus action for you. I know everybody is all excited about bonuses, right? I love bonuses.
The viewership is mixed bag on that.
Tell your friends, like this video, and share it, please.
I know you guys aren't real huge on these e-bike bonus episodes. I get it.
They are this one.
But just know this. This affords us the ability to get out and be able to ride together. So just for us, just watch it.
And share it.
Just watch it.
Just share it. Alright guys, Gogoal did not pay us anything for this video. They just said, hey, you want to review this bike? We're like, yeah, we might send it back, might not. We're going to check this thing out today. We're going to do a little initial impressions on the Panther F2 fat tire e-bike.
Where are you getting the Panther F2 from?
That's what it is, man.
Oh, okay.
Initial impressions, we're going to spec this bike out, and then, once we get done doing this episode, next episode on this bike, we're going to be taking it to the trails, doing a little real-time review, because this thing's supposed to be nasty. Alright, you ready to open this thing?
I don't know if it's nasty. I don't know. I might go over there and smoke a cigar.
Let's open it.
Get off my hand!
Tomatoes!
Razor blades underneath that. You're not going to use that, are you?
Yeah.
Where's your knife?
At work. Are you ready for the Gogoal Panther F2?
Caution, heavy package. Over 70 pounds.
Over 70 pounds. And that's not including the battery. The battery is shipped to us separately.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Hopefully it's worth the wait.
You know how much this bike goes for?
How much does it go for?
$16.99.
Dang, $16.99. I hope it's a good bike.
I got a razor blade in my hand.
Yeah. And the patrons already know how you are with blades.
Patrons know. The Gogoal Panther stand up F2 750 watt monster.
750?
750.
Oh, it's my kind of language.
Woo! Oh! That's some good foam.
It's
good
foamy.
foam.
Very foamy. You ready?
What the heck? I'm pulling innards. I'm pulling innards out. We got a box. Gogoal manual or something? An envelope? It looks fancy.
Gogoal. Dude.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Dude, this thing is beefy.
That looks intense. Whoa. Watch out.
Holy crap.
I'm going to start freaking out like other people do and ring a bell in small places.
Whoa.
This thing's got fat tires. I like that.
This thing is so...
Slap.
Wow. This thing is so different. Wow. 26-inch, 6061 aluminum. This is by far the nastiest looking of frames.
It looks military.
Yeah.
It has a military look.
It looks very military. Let's get this thing out of the box. Let's start playing with it and building it up. Hey, good thing is the batteries get smaller and smaller.
Yeah. Is it getting any lighter though?
Not any lighter.
.48 volt, 15 amp hour. That's a pretty big battery.
That's a pretty good sized battery. That fast charger is supposed to charge this in a total of 4 hours.
And okay, it's gonna charge this in 4 hours?
That's what it says.
Well then, I'm gonna say right now that it better be about a 3.5, 4 amp charger then. Okay,
well, whatever the hell that means. Now, 4 hours of charge, and you're supposed to get a total distance of 48 miles.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I don't see it.
Really?
It's a 2 amp charger. I don't see it charging at 15. It's simple math, son. You've got look, it charges at 54.6 volts, but this battery fully charged is going to be about a 50. I'd have to do the math, but 50-something volt battery, even though it's a 48 volt because that's okay. So at 2 amps, if you do the math, just figure the 2 amps, right? Mm-hmm. That it's going to take it about, when it's dead, it's going to take about 7 hours to charge.
Damn. Well, were they getting their 4 hours?
Close to dead, yeah.
We'll see. Alright guys, is this not one of the best fat e-bike mountain bikes that we have that we put together.
I don't know.
I think this thing is amazing looking.
Looks wise.
Yes, it's the Panther F2 by Gogoal, 750 watt rear Bafang hub. All right, this thing looks excellent, man. I love. It's kind of what we're talking about a little bit.
It's over the top. It's
over the top, but they were like, you know what? We're going to go over and beyond. We're not just going to stop here with this funkiness. We're not going to stop with where the battery tray is. We're going to keep on going. And they've extended all the way up to the front. I love the looks. So Gogoal, applause for doing a very cool design on an e-bike. Now, before we spec it out, we're going to do as always like we do on initial impressions. I've got a magnet. We're going to do a magnet test to see what all is aluminum, what all is steel on this bike, okay? The bars and the stem are aluminum. The fork, yes, you guys heard it, is coil. And it's steel. It's a coil. It's a steel coil fork. All right. The frame, which down here on the seat post tube says it's 6061 aluminum, and it's feeling like the entire thing is aluminum. All right. The pedals and the 170mm crank arms are aluminum as well, and the wheel set is aluminum. All right, seat post tube is aluminum. Cool. All right, guys, so as we said earlier, this bike is right around $16.99, and I believe Gogoal, you guys can look in the description below, I believe they're going to be doing a little bit of coupon action, so you guys might want to be checking that out, okay? It has a 750 watt rear hub, and it is a Bafang hub. Now, me and Wolfman were talking, this thing can go up to 28 miles an hour.
No.
And I believe...
No. We don't know if it can go up there. Don't talk like we know it can go up to something. They say it goes. Now,
Gogoal claims that this bike can reach speeds of up to 28 miles per hour. All right. Now, we're going to be make sure you guys share notifications. We're going to be testing that in the real-time review. I love a really fast e-bike. I'm a fan of that. Now, one thing I can say that I'm not a huge fan of is we have a few different styles of e-bikes, and this one here, we've got a throttle, right? Now, the throttle is not a twist throttle. It's more of the lever throttle style. Better. You like it better. Wolfman likes it better. I don't really like it too much. I have noticed on long rides, your thumb kind of gets uncomfortable on the way it has to stay there.
What if it ends up having cruise?
Hey, if it has cruise, I'm all for it. All right, but we're not sure. We'll have to find out in the real-time review. So that type of lever style on the throttle.
Here's a perfect solution to that. Why don't you actually pedal once in a while?
E-bikes are made to use the throttle. That's why it's an e-bike.
They have pedals for a reason, kid.
All right, now let's talk about the group set. Now, something very interesting with this bike that we don't see a lot of here at Wolf Tick Videos. Whenever a company sends us an e-bike, we haven't seen this in I don't know how long. Okay, if ever. This has a micro shift 7-speed trigger shifter, as opposed to the big old Mickey Mouse thumb weird shifter with the display window.
That's the first one we've had with the different shifter.
Yeah, it's actually like a sleeker style, something that you would expect more for like a, a mountain bike. Now, the 7-speed up front is partnered with a 6 or 7-speed Shimano Tourney rear derailleur with a replaceable derailleur hanger. So that is definitely an upside for a lot of people. Now, the freewheel back here is a 14 to 28 tooth, and this is a 1x7. And the front chainring is a 42 tooth with 170mm aluminum crank arms. We do have Go aluminum pedals. They are aluminum. They're probably not going to be the greatest, but we'll find out. Now we've got a pretty cool looking sleek Freshia seat with a 30.8mm seat post diameter. A Freshia. But let's go ahead and talk about the bar area before we talk about the brakes. Now the bars are right at 685mm long. We've got an 85mm long 4-bolt aluminum stem, which I like. And the thing that's very interesting about this, and again, I have to appreciate from Gogoal coming here, is the bars. There's a 31.8mm clamp on here. Now, not only is this bike beefy, this is the reason I say that, big fat tire, e-bike, it looks beefy, the frame looks aggressive, but they've actually put an aggressive bar on there, being a 31.8, if you want to call it oversized, as opposed to like a 25.4, so I do appreciate that. Now the grips, I want you to feel this grip. Those are some impressive walk-on grips for an e-bike. Again, it's about time a company doesn't just give you those ugly ergonomic grips that are plastic or leather. These grips feel very good, and they're lock-on.
Don't talk garbage on them ergos, man. They're not too bad.
I don't know. We've got a bell. Okay, so if you're commuting or in traffic, we definitely got the bell to warn people, hey, I'm coming down the trail, or I'm coming down the road.
I do prefer the horn, but it's a little obnoxious.
I do like the horn. Now, one thing I do want to add about the stem, guys, is I had to add a spacer underneath the stem cap because it would be kind of bottoming out on the steer tube, and I didn't really like that, so you might ought to look at doing a little spacer as well. Now, let's go ahead and talk.
Is that a tapered head tube?
It's a tapered head tube.
Did you make sure?
Yeah, it's a tapered head tube. Wow. This bike does have a tapered head tube. We're going to be talking about this fork.
I don't know if that really makes a big difference on a fat e-bike.
Well, I mean, look, it's aggressive. It's aggressive. It's big. It's heavy. You know, where we're going to take this thing, I'm not too sure, but it has a tapered head tube. So if we want to upgrade to an air fork, which this fork is not, you know, having that option to get a fat tire, big old beefy fork, that would be nice. Now, the fork does have lockout. We're going to be doing the
Wolfman Dyno
here in a second, so make sure you guys don't fast forward. We've got the lockout on there. I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of the times the lockout's kind of terrible on coil forks. It's just very, I don't know, it just does not feel the greatest. But we do have the lockout. You guys want to have a tighter front end whenever it comes to kind of commuting or riding on the roads, and if you're not going to be riding on gravel or trails. And we also do have a plastic preload knob. Now, with the preload knob, again, that's something that's a nice little touch, I guess.
Who doesn't want a tighter front end?
The preload knob on there, probably not the greatest, like most coil forks, probably doesn't do that much, but we're fixing to test out in the Wolfman Dyno. We do have a front LED headlight, and I think that runs off of the battery. Okay, and before we start talking about the brakes and the wheel set, something I want to mention that caught my eye as soon as we started putting this bike together is the internal routing. Isn't that cool? And you've got it on both sides here for the rear derailleur.
I did notice it's clean, and I'm glad with the frame that big it has it.
You've got it for the derailleur, the rear brake. Everything is just hidden inside here. Remember, this isn't an e-bike, so all the electronics, everything is internal, and I'm a big fan of that. You've even got little rubber grommets on here, so they've actually taken the time, instead of just drilling a hole in the side and putting some wires in there.
It almost looks like a TAF that has been on the roids for a little too long.
Yeah, a little steroided out TAF. I can completely see where you're coming from. There is a little dent, okay?
Yeah,
drives me nuts. I mean, you've got all that area up there, and of course that's a spot probably from package or shipping that had to gotten dented.
But I mean, I think it's a kind of bike where once it gets beat up a little bit, it kind of adds to the character.
Yeah, it does add to the character. Now we have front and rear mechanical disc brakes, both 170 or 160 millimeter rotors, and they are Tektro branded rotors. And the brakes, the calipers at least, are Tektro Aries calipers. Very big fan of disc brakes, especially on a big heavy bike like this. Let's talk about the wheel set. Now these are the Kenda. These are just the Kendas. There's no Kenda, there's no models. They're just Kenda tires.
Well, this doesn't say it.
From experience, we like Kendas. We've got some mountain bike tire Kendas we've got on the Ledge X1. I am a fan of the Kenda tires. They're tough tires. Will these be tough? I'm not too sure. But the sidewalls definitely feel a little beefy. We did have to inflate the tires, but they are Kenda 26 by 4 inch. They look more like commuter tires, right?
Yeah, they look like a multi-purpose, a little more towards the commuter aspect than a good off-road. But they do have some. I mean, I think they might do okay on what we ride.
Yeah, I think they'll do okay on what we ride as well. Now the rims are drilled out, and you can see the rim tape in there. So maybe that saves some weight, but it definitely adds to the styling.
Would that be called drilled out?
Drilled out, routed out,
a name for that.
wallered out. I don't know what you call it. But the front wheel is a quick release, and a 9mm quick release, and the rear is a threaded axle. So if you get a flat in the front, like we've talked about before, you definitely have a little bit easier job to do on the front as opposed to the rear. Why don't we do a little shift test real quick on this new style micro shift shifter that we haven't tried out yet, 7-speed. Let's do the shift test, and then let's do a little Wolfman Dyno, and then we'll weigh it. All right, shift test. We got the Shimano Tourney 6 to 7 speed with the Microshift 7-speed shifter on the Gogoal Panther F2. Oh, we're in first gear.
Alright. Ready?
Yep. Second.
Okay.
Third.
The feel of the shifter's
fourth,
good.
Fifth, good. Sixth, seventh.
That's it? Simple.
Yeah.
Alright, ready for the up?
Mm-hmm.
Or the down, if you will. Oh!
Holy crap!
That was one pull.
No, it wasn't.
That was one pull. I'm going to do it again.
Dude, you're in first.
Look at this.
That was one pull, guys.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to do one pull. Here it goes.
Wow.
And one pull.
Holy crap! Hit that brake.
That's a hell of a shifter.
Dude, does that hub sound good or what? That is hell of a shifter for you to do one pull and it jump up there. So, man, this would be really good to be in a pinch at being an e-bike already, first of all. But having the 42 tooth up front, 14 to 28 in the rear, and then be going really fast and have to hit an incline real quick. One push of the thumb, and bam. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at this battery. Now, something I can say I'm a fan of, because I'm a professional. I've got experience. The key slot. Right there. It's not all weird and hidden. Let's see how easy this is.
Or not. Let's find out.
Alright, now this isn't fully charged. I'm going to go here.
It should be close according to their numbers.
Okay, so you can't stick it in there.
Okay.
And again, this is a 48 volt 15 amp hour.
Yeah.
Turn it.
Might have to give it a light slam.
Yeah, light slam.
Does it make sure it's in all the way?
Oh, it's in. Oh,
no, it's not. I think so. I saw a little gappage. Make sure when you put it up there, put it up to the key side this way.
The battery's going in there, but it's not locking into place.
Okay, yep. Okay, so that's what we want. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so that's I figured it's what it was. You really got to put that pressure against it. The good thing is it don't have to be taken out. There's no need to take this thing out for anything unless we have to, right?
Unless we have to.
Charging port's right here.
Yes. You want to do the Wolf Dad dyno now?
Yeah, well, we can then take a look at stuff and do all
Everybody's favorite segment. Now, the preload is set at the softest, coil fork, and we are open. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
See what we got. It feels, I can feel the lowers, and it feels like it's a little sticky.
It's sticking. It feels like e-bike forks.
I love the black stanchions.
Right
These
there.
stanchions are 32 millimeters wide, and it showed 120 millimeters of travel. Well, the stanchion length exposed was 120.
Okay.
Well, I mean, give her a good push. Let's see. I'm gonna brace up here. Okay. Well, you're getting some.
Yeah, not bothering me now. I'm getting close.
Here. Oh. Yeah, I think you bottomed.
I don't think I bottomed.
Okay, well maybe you didn't. I don't know. Lockout.
Okay.
Hang on, pull up on it.
Yeah, see
That's the problem with coil forks. You can really mess up a lockout when you have pressure on it and you go to hit the lockout. I've done it.
Okay.
Alright, lockout.
Oh. Yeah.
Alright, well guys,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think you need to check the electronics out.
Let's check the electronics. We'll weigh this bike. That was another.
Wolfman Dino.
Whoa. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
You're like in the gap.
I don't want to like move, you know?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, you're getting violated at both ends, just like I was.
Alright, I'm going to sit up here. I can't do that. So, the headlight is on. Okay, come over here. Let's look at these electronics. We have got miles per hour. Okay, now 2, 4,
Oh,
5.
look, with power.
5 levels of pedal assist. Okay.
Well, I like the with power.
Let's see. Ooh, odometer.
See, I don't know about the
Max speed.
12.9.
Oh, that's cool. Max speed.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Average speed.
Oh, okay.
Trip. Total trip 4.6. Time 1 minute. 0. Was that watts of power maybe?
Oh.
Oh, that's the max
that's
miles
with
per hour,
power.
Dad.
12.9
12.9.
power. Yeah, I was hoping that was with power and without power, but I think that's watt power.
Cool, man. So we've even got 0 setting on there. Yeah, no throttle on the 0. I love that's miles per hour. And the good news is, right is the rear.
Yep.
And left is the front. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's weigh this Gogoal Panther F2. Let's weigh this thing, and then let's get out of here. This is going to be a heavy girl. Our scale goes up to 150 pounds.
It's going to be a heavy guy.
It's a heavy boy. Yeah.
Heavy boy.
All right, guys. Well, that was the Gogoal Panther F2 Fat Tire e-bike. I am very, very excited about the
You
European
are.
review.
You're very excited.
750 watt, 80 Newton meters, 5 levels of pedal assist,
Okay.
28 miles an hour.
Well, we don't know any of that yet. We're going to find out. So, likes and dislikes from our initial impressions, okay? I like the color. I like that it's different. I like that it has the shift. I'm excited about the shifter.
Yes, yes.
I'm actually kind of, this sounds weird, but I'm excited about the different tires because I want to see if this tread pattern is a little quieter on pavement.
Okay.
The other ones are really
Very
loud on
thunny,
pavement.
very whoa.
Yeah, they roar. The lights, I like the size of the battery. The theory, I don't know how long it's going to last you, but I like the size of it. Brakes are the correct way around. So there's a lot of things I like about it. Now, the things I don't like about it, I'm going to mention real quick, then you can mention yours. I don't like that you don't have to have the key to run it.
Yeah, that was the thing on the battery test.
You said you liked it. You liked that, but you only have to have the key to take the battery out. I don't like that it doesn't have a brake light.
Yeah, yeah.
It needs a brake light. It on a brake light, and I could go either way on the rack because it looks better without a rack. But racks are super useful if it's going to be a commuter. That rack is almost a must.
Yeah.
I really like the removable derailleur hanger that you're all excited about.
Yep.
But anyway, so on dislikes, I just really don't have a rear brake, and you don't have to use the key to run it. I wish you did. I think, I mean, really, until we test it, I guess that's all I really have to. It's a little heavy. I don't like that it's heavy, but it's bulky
pounds.
Though.
It's bulky. It's
so it's going to be heavy.
Let me go through my likes.
Yeah.
I like that it has a
handlebar width. I think it needs a little bit wider handlebar for me.
I like that it has a 4-bolt stem. I like that it's a 31.8mm clamp. Okay, they gave you the entire thing, and I really appreciate that it's aluminum bars and stem. You know, a lot of companies cheap out and stuff like that, and they decided not to. I like that it's a tapered fork, which is very cool. Eventually, maybe this will be a bike we can't break. Well, I believe it's got a welded adapter on the bottom.
I don't think it's tapered.
But the head tube is tapered.
Yeah.
I like that. It
looks tapered.
I like the tires. I like the styling of the bike. I appreciate the black stanchions. I know it's not a huge deal to some of you guys, but it adds with the whole looks of it, you know. I do like the fact that the battery is removable. Now, I do like the grips so far. Now, with my dislikes, I don't like that the battery is so difficult to put in there, and it could be that it's just new. You know, it is new.
It was almost really two-person job. I could have done it by myself, but it's about a two-person.
It's a little confusing. I do like that the key is on the outside, but the battery putting in and out is a little difficult. The battery charger does not have a fan. You told me it got hot.
You got hot. The battery charger got hot.
All the e-bike guys out there, e-bike Mike, e-bike builder, you guys all said, hey, make sure you have a fan or something on one of those if it doesn't. And good point, because that's hot.
When it's charging, it would probably be smart to charge it outdoors in the shade with the fan on the charger.
Yeah, that would be smart. As always, guys, me and Wolfman over here, we appreciate you guys watching WolfTick videos. All of our followers, everybody that's a subscriber, thank you guys for being part of the WolfTick Nation this whole time. If you guys want to help support us and support our builds, you guys can feel more than free to check out the Buy Us a Cup of Coffee link.
Or just to help keep our channel going strong.
Yeah, help keep it going strong. You know, all that money goes right back into the channel. And if you guys would like to get a little extra content of me and Wolfman over here, if you can handle it, you can check out the Patron.
Sometimes it gets a little wild.
Gets a little wild. But Alex Penny, he is now a patron.
He is.
Yeah, so
you're
Alex
all
Penny,
clean and jerk, what we used to say over his picture on YouTube.
Thank you so much, man, for becoming a patron.
Alex.
It's very cool. One of our new patrons.
And while we're speaking of new patrons, we got a few new ones.
Yeah, we do.
Jamie H4.
Jamie H4, the Cat's Meow Man, is now patron.
The Cat's Meow Man, the longtime supporter, Jamie H4 is now patron.
Fred Robledo. Never thought I'd say that name again. Mr. Fred Robledo.
Old
also
school used to support the channel quite a bit. I mean, he still watches, but he used to be a coffee supporter a long time ago.
And I thought we lost him, but he's back. Yeah. Oh, Fred Robledo, thank you guys. All of our patrons, thank you guys so much. And all right, guys, well, next time we see you with this bike, it will be on the real-time review. Gogoal.